Pip pip tally here, old chap. Do you remember when Flight Simulator used to look like this? Yes, it's been released! It's the 737 from EADT.
Dublin, November 180 Bravo Bravo with it.
November 180 Bravo Bravo, good afternoon to you. Report your altitude?
2,000 feet on 1014 Bravo Bravo.
Bravo Bravo, descending for 60, so climb not above, initially not above 4,000 feet on the QNH 1014.
I'm going to give you a full-on review of this aircraft. It is absolutely beautiful. Hope you're going to enjoy it. There's lots to look at, there's lots of little tricks. There is so much in this aircraft. It is unbelievable, and it's freeware. Moving along then, you can see this montage of pictures from the 737 from EADT. Absolutely beautiful aircraft, and no matter which angle you take a picture from, it's going to just look absolutely terrific. The cockpit is very well drawn. As we well know, it is the VC that Pierre and Benedict have been working on for around about 2.5 years now. And well, it's finished, it's released, we have it, and you can get it from EADT. Just Google that, and I'll put a link in the description below as well. You can get it from their website. It's freeware, but also you can donate some money if you wish. I think this is well worth $30 to $40 of anybody's money. If you feel you can donate, please do so. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So, enough of the pictures. Let's get inside the aircraft and have a look and see what it's like. Just before we do that, you'll notice we have the scimitar winglets there, or sharklets, or whatever you want to call them. They are scimitars, and they come with some of the numerous paints, high definition paints that have been done for the aircraft. You can still get a normal wings with just winglets on, but some painters are already creating them with the scimitars. Just having a quick look around the camera, around the cockpit. I am using X camera for this, and so all the views and everything that you see has been created using X camera. So maybe we should try and get some power on. I'm going to try and keep quiet so you can hear the switches a little bit, but it's fairly obvious what I'm doing. Main battery on, galley and services. We're just preparing the cockpit and starting the APU. APU, I think, takes around about 30 to 40 seconds to start, and you should begin to hear it, and you'll see the pressure gauge come up, letting us know that the APU has started. There we go, you can see the pressure gauge rising. So we just need to wait for the APU gen light to come on. There we are. Yaw damper, window heat. I got told off for this, the next bit. It is probe heat, not pitot heat. So there we go, probe heat. Isolation and APU bleed, and once again you'll see the pressure rise there. So that's more or less the cockpit prepared. May have to go onto the FMC. Should put some position lights on just so everybody knows where we are and they don't go walking into the aircraft. So time to program the FMC. Now the FMC is, you need to get Javier Cortez's FMC so that you'll have this installed inside the aircraft. I'm just going to do a short flight from Cardiff to Manchester. It's a simple route, doesn't cause too many problems. So EGFF to EGCC. We'll place this into the FMC here. There's a slight delay on the button, so you press the button and there is a slight delay before it comes up in the screen, which is exactly like the real world counterpart. Nothing is instantaneous. The FMCs do need to take a few moments to think about things. So just put a flight number in there. I put WB001 just for, I mean, it doesn't make any difference to the flight, but just put it in for a bit of immersion. So it's runway 30 and a Brecon 1 Alpha departure via Brecon. There we go. Notice that delay again as you input things. So we'll go to the route. So it's November 864 to Monty. Whoever thought that laying out a keyboard like this would be perfectly normal when we all use typewriters, QWERTY typewriters. Okay, and the arrival is a Mercy 1 Alpha arrival to the ILS runway 23 right. Just check that again. So ILS 23. Mercy 1 Alpha with a D23 Romeo Mercy 1 Alpha transition. Okay, that's all in. We'll check the route. There will be a couple of discontinuities that we need to get rid of, so we'll just go through the plan here. There's one, and there is another one just a little bit lower down. There we are. Let's get rid of that one, seal all that up, execute, and our flight plan is now inputted and installed correctly. So the FMC is done. Just need to put in the perf initialization page. So cruise altitude is very low going up to Manchester. Click on gross weight and it'll sort everything out for you. You do need it to put in your reserves fuel and your cost index. There we go. And then on the N1 limit page, 45 degrees, derated takeoff. Flaps 5 in the 737-800, and we have the V-speeds populated over here. They're slightly wrong because of weight of balance, but I'll sort that out as we get to the runway. So just putting those position lights on so everybody knows where we are. Nobody's going to walk into the aircraft. Make sure that we'll start the engines. So just looking for the N2 notification, which will be around about 15% N2. Lift the fuel, and there we go. See, engine 2 started. Same for engine 1. And just wait for the switch to disengage. There we go. So starts engine 1. Now you cannot use Jar Design's Tugmaster with this at the present time, because if you do so, it will disconnect all the sounds in the aircraft for some reason. Hopefully that will be fixed in the very near future. It may even be fixed now on release date, but at the moment, if you try to use the Jar Design Tugmaster, it will disconnect all the sounds in the aircraft. So you've got to find another way of pushing back. You could always use reverse thrust. It's perfectly legitimate, especially at airports where there are no stands, where there are no tow bars available or pushback tracks. So let's just have a look at through the cockpit. There's some nice little gadgets here. We can adjust the cockpit pedals there. You can see that, the pedals moving backwards and forwards. We have our checklist button here on the column. It's the same on the captain side. This is the first officer side. You can tilt that a little bit so you get a better view. And on the left hand side of the yoke, little button there for adjusting the trim. It's very nice. Nice little touch there. You'll notice on the inside of the trim wheel you've got that big bolt there. It's all very retro. Got grab handles here for when you're getting in and out of your seats. Very nice addition. If you like eye candy, this cockpit has got plenty. So let's get down to the runway. Taxi lights on. Strobe. And all the lights on now, apart from takeoff and landing lights. We'll get down to runway 30, just have a short taxi down. So taxiing down to runway 30, Alpha 1 runway 30, just going past the fuel tanks here on the left hand side. And a couple of weeks ago, Iron Maiden's aircraft, Air Force One, was just parked pretty close to the fuel tanks, but plenty of safe distance anyway. So, bit of a fast taxi down, and we're just going to come up to this is Charlie 1 on the right hand side, and Alpha 1 now. We're coming up to Alpha 1. So we'll turn onto the runway. Final checks. Sorry, that's Charlie 1 there. We're passing on the right hand side now. Here we are at Alpha 1, and we'll roll out onto the runway. Final cockpit checks and push the throttles to the bulkhead, as they say. So here we are, runway 30, not forgetting of course this runway at Cardiff can accept 747s, 777s, and even the A380 has landed here. They did test runs of the A380 training the crew. They used Cardiff for touching poles and full stop landings. Anyway, as we reach 120 knots, moving towards B1 and rotate. The aircraft is now flying. Nice wing views for you. There's roofs off to the left. And we just need to start our turn just before we get to RAF Centre. We don't want to get anywhere near the RAF base. Just in case you're wondering, the photo scenery is from RC Simulations, and it's the UK photo scenery that was developed by Bob Sidwick. And of course there's the European OSM on top of that. Here we are, turning and heading towards Brecon. Minutes later, and we are starting our approach towards Manchester. We've descended down to 6,000 feet, ready to intersect Mersey, and we're on the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival for runway 23. We're just approaching Liverpool there in the distance. Once again, you can see the European OSM working really well underneath the wing. Here we are approaching Liverpool in the River Mersey. We've gone past the River Mersey and the Mersey 1 Alpha. We're turning towards Manchester now, and beginning to sort out this bit of a problem here with the FMC. You can see there's a waypoint there that's not really required, so I need to get rid of that. It won't take very long to do that. It's just a case of deleting that out of the route. There you go. Now, whilst the 737 doesn't produce nice bendy curves on the flight plan drawing, it actually does turn. It will turn inside or outside of certain waypoints depending on how much room there is, so not a problem. So here we go, we're turning left around the star there, just coming over the East Pennines, southeast Pennines, and turning now back towards Manchester. It's quite a long approach, approximately 10-mile approach to runway 23 on the Mersey 1 Alpha arrival. It's quite a long approach, longer than you would think really, but it is a large airport. They have a lot of traffic, so they really do need to keep it very nice and tidy. Turning towards the localizer now, and at this point time for a bit of hand flying. The weather's fair, no need to get too excited. So just descending on the glide slope, got 2 red, 2 white as we come towards runway 23 right. Just a couple of miles to land now, and everything is fine. Aircraft is behaving well, slowing down to around about 133 knots. Just a little bit faster at 140, but we've got a nice long runway, so no real problems. As you can see, the aircraft handles really well, and it's a joy to fly. It really is, especially with all the sounds and all the switches, etc. Pierre and Benedict have done a marvellous job with this aircraft. So here we go. Almost touchdown, well below minimums.
100, 50, 30,
and touchdown. Runway 23 at Manchester. Hope you've enjoyed the video so far. We're almost finished. Just going to taxi to the gate, and we'll finish up, okay, as we get to the gate.
Take the captain just a few moments to taxi to the gate, so we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. That will be your only indication that it's safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the aisles clear of any carry-on baggage. This is the termination of our flight this morning, so we ask that you check seat back pockets, closets, and overhead bins for any articles you may have brought with you. Extra care should be taken when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of your entire flight crew, it's been our pleasure serving you this morning. Have a pleasant stay.
As we come past the buildings on the left hand side here, I suppose it's a good time for me to tell you that this is This airport was developed by Richard Elliott and Emma Bentley. It's probably one of the best Manchesters there is. You can get a payware Manchester airport for Xplane, but to be quite honest, this one is very, very good indeed. Just a few things missing. There's a couple of taxi lines missing, but they can be rectified in no time at all. Not really a problem. All the taxiways are there, all the stands are here. You cannot go wrong. Beautiful airport. So, just as we come on to stand, once again, I'd like to thank EADT, Pierre and Benedict, for all their hard work on this excellent aircraft. There are also a couple of other people to mention. So the other people to mention are, of course, Vaslav Slutu, who did the HD paint kit, Lucas Denoff, Andreas Presenberger and Saba Grunfelder. They were all responsible for creating some of the paints. There have also been a number of real-world pilots involved, testers, and lots of other people who've been helping in the creation of this wonderful aircraft and the VC. So once again, Benedict Stratman, he did 3D works, the plug-in, the VC, and Pierre Stone Flight Modelling Systems. I think all in all, together these guys have continued with their labour of love, which they've been working on for the past 10 years, and we here in the Xplane community reap the benefit. Once again, this is Wycliffe Barrett at Xplane Dedicated. It's been a real pleasure bringing you this aircraft and a full review. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, as I always like to say, cheerio. Yeah.